How you doing, folks? Uh, just have a look at what came today. After many weeks of research and everything, I finally pieced together what happened with this spare engine that I have, the cb125 RS. I was correct in my assumption that somebody had been into this engine and changed all the gearings at some stage or another in its life. It took me quite a few weeks to find out what bike that the gears were taken out of. As you can see, this is the old one. It's very heavily wore. That was the only one that was wore, though. The rest of them are in pretty good condition. So anybody that's going to need some, I have them here. It turned out that somebody had taken the gearing out of a Honda XL125 or XLS125. That's what it was taken out of. And that is a 6-speed bike. Now this engine on the RS is a 5-speed box, and somebody obviously tried to upgrade the engine to a 6-speed box, which I don't know if that's the reason why all this wears on this one particular cog here, or if it was just pure use that did it. My thoughts would be that if these were not made to go into that bike, that it's a possibility there was a difference in the width apart of the two shafts, and it could have caused the wear on that cog a bit. But in saying that, I think if that was the case, I'd probably see some evidence on some of the rest of the cogs here, which I do not see. Anyway, any of you needs any of the other cogs bar this first gear one for a XLS 125, I have these here and I don't need them, because I've just today managed to get a pristine replacement, and I don't even think this bike has ever done anything at all. Look at the condition of these. I mean, they still have the groovy bits on the top of the teeth. I mean, if this was in a bike that was used, it really done nothing. Look at how clean the back of that is. And there is oil on it, so I assume that it has been in a bike at some stage. It's not a brand new old stock part, but damn, it's good. So I'm going to keep my 6-speed box, and I'm going to put this into the engine, and I can get on now with my build, hopefully, and rebuild the engine. So that's good news. The bad news for me is that it won't be today. I can't get time to get working at it. For yous it'll be a few minutes, literally. But just thought I'd show yous that the parts have turned up now. I've figured out the whole kerbopple about what happened to that engine, why the gears weren't the same as the normal 125 CB RS bike. Another thing that happened was when I was messing with this old one, I dropped it and I lost the first cog, which goes on the top. But I do have it it's in this shed somewhere. So I think the next thing that I'm going to do before I even try rebuilding that engine is clean up this mess, because I can find nothing, I can do nothing. It's just got to the stage where I need to do something. So I'm going to clean up the shed, and then hopefully we can start on the engine and get at it and get it restored. See you later, guys. Well, folks, it's been a few days for me. It's only been a minute or two for yous. And before I start rebuilding this engine, after I ordered a few parts that have turned up now, I decided that the clutch was just too bad to put back in without at least trying to clean it up and maybe replace the plates. So you can see the state of the plates here. There's not a lot left on them, and they're quite rusty. This is one of the plates that I've cleaned up with a bit of a wire brush there on the on the drill there. So that's what I'm going to do with them all now. I'm just going to discard these old ones. Even though there's still a bit left on them, they look to me to be in too bad a condition to use. So I'm just going to keep them in the sequence they're in, but I'm going to clean up all of the smooth plates and I'm going to try and reuse them. You can see how bad that is there. So that's what I'm going to do next. And when I get that done, I'll let you see more. Also, what needs to be done is these clutch baskets over time. I don't know if you can see that, but they get these little ridges dug into them. And that can sometimes make the clutch stick on the bike, which is not ideal, not what you want. So you have to get a bit of a file there and just file that down a little bit, smooth it down. It's just for smooth movement of the plates, that's all. It needs damn good cleaning. As you can see, the gear is good but rusty, so it needs a little run with the brush, the wire brush. Matter dropping a wee lump of it there. You know, I could work on this and try and put the whole engine together, but I really don't think I should do that until I get this mess cleaned up. I'm just tinkering tonight because I have a little bit of time, and we'll see what happens. If later on, if I get a chance, I might start cleaning this shed, but I have a flight to get tonight, away to do a bit of work, so I may not get time to do that and start it and then finish it. So I'm going to do this clutch tonight and see how I get on. See you later. You can see how clean that's getting. So I just thought I'd do one to show you how we got on. There you are, it's all cleaned up. Cleaned up quite good actually. So it's a lot better than putting rusty stuff back into your bike. So that's what I'm going to do with the rest of them, and I'll clean these plates up and see how good they are then. But I've kind of made the decision I'm probably going to buy new plates for it. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so I've spent a little while outside here cleaning up the clutch plate, as you can see. A lot cleaner now, and cleaned all these pressure plates. I tried to clean one of the clutch plates itself, and to be honest, I'm not that impressed with what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there's not a lot left, as you can see, on either side. So I've decided I'm going to buy some new ones, and that might take another week of waiting to get them, but it's worth doing, seeing as I think I need springs anyway. The springs are quite rusty, and we all know what a rusty spring will do eventually. It'll break. So I'm going to replace the springs, and I'm going to replace the clutch plates, because there's a good chance that I may be using this engine once I'm finished with it. It has 6 gears, and I'd like to have the 6 gears. Plus, it's pretty much everything's going to be new inside this engine compared to the other engine that's on the bike at the moment. I will be keeping the other engine because it is the correct engine and numbers matching for the bike. So I had planned on selling the spare engine, but now I think I'm going to keep it because of the 6-speed box and the amount of new parts I've put in and everything else. It's going to be a pretty decent engine after this, hopefully. So there you go, folks. That's all I can do for this evening till I go and order my parts.